Hello, greetings, everyone. As you know, it is October, and this is the Aristotle Full Throttle program. Welcome, everyone on Instagram, everyone watching at home. JC Mighty joined. Hi, I'll wave to you on Instagram. This is the Aristotle Full Throttle program. You can watch this show 5 days a week at noon Pacific Standard Time. And we've got some scary things going on today. I'm a little bit of I almost feel like Jeff Goldblum should be Batman. If Jeff Goldblum were Batman, it would be so much more like this. Maybe I should change out my face with Jeff Goldblum's face. 5 days a week, 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, AristotleFullThrottle.com. You can support the ACLU on Instagram if you so choose, because those are our rights as Americans. Batman, I'd like to say, you know, I really like that Jeff Goldblum impression you were just doing. Yeah, I'm working on it. Freeze. But, as you can see, we are here in front of a haunted house. It is October. It is a spooky month. If you guys are fans of the show, regular watchers, if you participate, if you subscribe to AristotleFullThrottle.com, you have a chance to win a PS5. That's right, a PlayStation 5000. That sounds really cool. Do you know what I mean by cool, Batman? Yes, Freeze, you tend to make a lot of puns. They're really not that funny, but we go along.
Batman, I am joining the party now. Look, Jimmy James Cordova is here. He hasn't been here in a while, has he?
Jimmy James is very busy managing a warehouse. He's got things to do, Bane. Bane, you seem to be shrinking every time I see you. Every time you appear, you're smaller and smaller, or further away. I think he's just really small, you know, I could feel him on my shoulder right now. I could feel the weight of Bane. He's the same weight, you know. But he's very small, he's very dense. He's played by Tom Hardy, he's very small. Ooh, Jimmy James Cordova, welcome. You are a fan, a longtime fan of the show. Thank you for being here. Yes, you are cool.
I approve.
Now, we will get on with the show. This is not an Adam West impression, Jimmy James. This is, in fact, Adam West from Beyond the Grave. We are here doing a seance, hopefully to revive Adam West. Yeah, man. And I'm just Aristotle Full Throttle shirt. I'm just a shirt for a Batman's costume, but I have a mind of my own. I can talk. I'm possessed. I think only Batman can hear me, though. Hey, Batman, why haven't you said anything for the last 30 seconds? What? You didn't hear my shirt talking? No, we didn't hear a thing. I didn't hear a thing. I didn't hear anything. Yeah, Batman, they can't hear the shirt talking. It's just you, Batman, just you and me. It's you and me. I'm like Quado from Total Recall. I live in your chest and can only talk to you. What do you mean Total Recall? I've never heard of that. Come on, Bane, open your mind. Open your mind, Bane. Open your mind, man. Hey, you guys. Thank you for joining us on Aristotle Full Throttle. Hello. I'm Aristotle Full Throttle. It says hijinks. There's all kinds of hijinks every day. We do silly things. Hey, everybody. What's up? I gotta tell you, I'm having a day. I'm having a day today. I'm having a week. It's a week of days that I'm having right now in my brain. I can't really hear out of my right ear. I think I might be completely and totally, utterly, profoundly stupid. But also my hearing loss might be gone. My hearing loss might be very, very present, actually. Guys, if you guys are chatting in the chat rooms, keep chatting. Uh-oh, what just popped up? Why does these things happen to me? Why are all these technical things? Let me tell you guys what's happened. I had an audition today. I had a self-tape audition because you can't go to any place right now on account of the coronavirus, this COVID-19 going around. Everybody's getting sick. You got to stay home. You got to wash your hands. You got to make sure that you're not touching anything in particular. Coronavirus! 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 This coronavirus going around, everybody. You got to be careful. You got to wash your hands. You got to make sure your nails are clean. You know, it's crazy out there. You know, you don't want to get too sick. You don't want to mess around with the coronavirus. I take it from Cardi B and me. You do not want to mess around with no coronavirus. Hey, Candyland, what's up? As you know, if you've been watching the show, this week has been pretty harrowing for me. I've had an emotional problem because of, not an emotional problem. I've had an emotional, highly, deeply emotional impact this week because I mentioned earlier this week, I found out that I had a loss in the family, and it's been trying to deal with. I've been trying to deal with that daily. How do I do this screen Shaggy? My computer, Shaggy Do Right, because I don't know how to do a direct link, a direct line into my phone, into Instagram. This is the best we can do. What you can do to watch the actual live feed with all the music and everything is you can go to AristotleFullThrottle.com. Also, if you go to YouTube and you subscribe to my YouTube or you subscribe to my Twitch or you follow me here on Instagram, you actually are entered to win a PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5. We have a giveaway here on Aristotle Full Throttle. So I was just saying how this week it's been emotionally trying for me. I've also been having a problem with my ear. It's been making me dizzy because I cannot hear out of it. Sometimes I can hear, sometimes I can't. So I'm dealing with that. I'm trying to fight through that and continue and go on with the show. I'm a little bit frazzled right now because earlier I was doing a self-tape audition. And what I was doing was kind of subversive. Let me explain. They were casting me, or at least they were calling me to a casting call for a commercial that features a celebrity talent who I look very similar to, or at least I'm in the same category. You could put us in the same bin, if you will. We're almost too similar in the eyes of casting directors to be like, hey, you guys should be in the same commercial. I just don't think Hollywood is ready for that. I don't think Hollywood is ready to put two brown people who look very similar in the same commercial. So what I did was pretty much, I gave them a little bit of a clip of this show, essentially. I recorded this show a little bit of, sort of, for them as a joke, as kind of a subversive, thing. Hopefully they'll get it. Otherwise, I just don't think there was any chance I would get cast in this commercial because of the similarity I have with a celebrity talent that they already cast in the commercial. So I was just like, hey guys, you guys think that this is a good idea to call me, to put me in this commercial with this person who looks just similar to me? Why would you do that? Why? I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste my time. But hey, if I'm going to participate in this audition, I'm going to make it worthwhile for me. I'm going to find it. I will explain later once the commercial comes out and I'm not in it. I will show you my audition tape that I sent them. I will play you the audition tape. So remind me in a few weeks to play you the audition tape that I just recorded. But the problem I was having, guys, is every time I tried to export the audition tape, there would be like a minute of silence. So I was having audio issues. If you tune into the show daily, if you watch the show every day, you know that I have many audio issues. I have many issues with the show technically every day. But I do appreciate you guys supporting the channel. If you want to support the channel, you can go to patreon.com/AristotleFullThrottle and you can pledge $2, $5, $10 a month. Help me get new equipment. You know what? Maybe we'll have a new computer drive, like a fundraiser for me to get a new computer because I desperately need one. This one is about 5 years old and it's starting to crack along the edges. So if you guys want to help me raise some money, get a new computer, I would appreciate that. You can go to Patreon and pledge. If you guys have any questions, have any favorite spooky movies, that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about spooky movies. Fun, silly, scary, spooky movies. What is your favorite? My favorite in recent history would have to be Hereditary, guys. Now, did you see Hereditary? Anybody see Hereditary? With our favorite Toni Collette. She's an incredible actor. Man, oh man, was she like compelling in that role. She, you know, she was unhinged. She went a little crazy in that movie. My favorite is Gabriel Byrne, and spoiler alert, Gabriel Byrne catches on fire. So it's like, that's like a real Gabriel Byrne, you know what I'm saying? And I just did a burn. So that was like a triple meta burn. Gabriel Byrne got burned in that burn. You know what I'm saying? I invite you guys to participate. You can auction off items to raise money. You just find fun and dumb stuff around your apartment. Ooh, maybe we could auction off this stormtrooper pillow behind me. Maybe we could do that. Going to the highest bidder, starting at $1, sold at $1, which is probably what I paid for it anyway. So, but I do put my head on it at night sometimes. Me and that stormtrooper, we cuddle. Oh boy, I gotta say, what is it that you have to say anyway? There's nothing much to say, is there? Here we are, watching this show, wondering what it would be like to have no show at all. Have you ever seen a penguin go insane? Have you ever seen a man eat his own head? I have. It was frightening, grotesque, yet strangely compelling to watch. If you have seen I Am Werner Herzog, I am part hog, part Werner Herzog. I am a man, but I am also a swine. What is it to be alive anyway? I wonder. Aristotle, as he sits there and ponders this show, wondering what it was like to audition, we shall see the outcome of his efforts, if these will be worthwhile, or if in fact it will succumb to the same fate as all of us, which is death and destruction, total annihilation, complete obliteration. The universe is expanding beyond our control into the great vastness of nothing. Did anybody see that movie, The Nightmare Before Christmas? That movie is spooky, yet it's lovable and charming. Thank you, Werner Herzog, for your insight and your abstract approach to narration. It is very, we really feel, well, what is the word he would do? Let me just find a song for us to play. Okay. I do a show every day, 5 days a week. And we got to talk about the current events. We talk about social issues, guys. We want to kind of open up the dialogue, make sure that we're connecting the dots and being good people. What is good anyway? We should ask Werner. Werner. What is it to be good anyway? There's no way to understand the difference between good and evil. Not unless you watched the debates the other night, which were purely hogwash, if I may say so. Candyland, if you continue to comment, you will be able to see your comments in the box below. So just keep populating the box until the comments reach the box below. What is it anyway? Jeez, man, what a drag. That Werner Herzog is a drag, man. We need to party up in here. Let's listen to some Jefferson Airplane. Anybody listen to Strawberry Alarm Clock? You guys like Jethro Tull? Man, Aqualung. That's the stuff right there, man. That dude plays the flute. He's playing the flute all up in that rock band. Nobody's ever heard anything like that. He looks like a big, strong flute player, don't he? He's a big, strong flute player. In a heavy metal band, that's kind of crazy. Maybe heavy rock, I don't know. I don't understand. Why are we even watching this show still? Hey guys, it's Seth Rogen. I'm watching this on the back on my big screen with my super friends. These aren't just my friends, they're my super friends. And we are like really, really unimpressed. It's just kind of like a, speaking of shit shows, guys, did you watch yesterday's Aristotle Full Throttle? I mean, they were talking about the debates from earlier this week, and man, oh man, this week is just a complete shit show. I think that you know, there's no recovering from this. Seth Rogen, I don't think that is true. I think you're very unfair to Aristotle Full Throttle. He does a good job. He puts a lot of effort into these shows, and he puts a lot of graphics in, and he does a lot of voices. He does all of the work, except, you know, Jen, she edits the shows, you know. That's actually a big part of, you know, mining the good stuff from the show, because a lot of stuff is just filler. You know, filler. There's lots of filler, no killer. You can say that again, and if there's anything that I'd like to kill, it would be like, I would just like to just go jump in a lake myself. Meanwhile, back at the Batcave, hey, Bane, I still can see you. Yes. What do you mean? I don't even see Bane. This is kind of crazy. What? Bane. I think that we should just bail on this one, don't you think? Let's go see what's going on in the weather. Hey everybody, this is the Carl Weathers Predator Weathers Report. It's featuring Cardi B. Cardi B. God, everybody look at me, I'm up here with the weather. There's so much green going on up in here. There's so much green all around here. Cardi B, Candyland, everybody out there watching, I hope that you're enjoying yourself, because today is one of those days where you just say, hey, let's just screw it. Let's just go for it. Let's go for broke. I'm going to tell you something about this. I trained Rocky back in Rocky 3. I don't look at years, actually. I just think of years as movies. Back in Rocky 3, and this was before Rocky 4 where I died. And that was actually before Predator, where I died, which was before Action Jackson, where I did not die. But the franchise died right away. There was no franchise of Action Jackson, even though Craig T. Nelson, man, that is one formidable enemy. Craig T. Nelson of Coach and The Incredibles. Back in Rocky 3, I trained Rocky in Los Angeles like I trained. You know, you gotta be a good fighter. You gotta get up and fight. It's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up and you keep moving. Somebody told me that once, and his name was Rocky. Remember Rocky? I beat him in that first movie, back in Rocky 1. I said, ain't gonna be no rematch, but there was a rematch. That debate the other night, I was like, hey, ain't gonna be no rematch for this debate. This debate is a travesty of justice. Ain't gonna be no rematch. Maybe there'll be a rematch. But they better put like a glass tube over everybody who isn't talking so one person can talk at a time. You know what I mean? It's 91 degrees, clear skies, sunny all day long. This has been the Carl Weathers Predator Weathers Report. Oh! I'm Wimpy Wallace. I'm Chris Wimpy Wallace, and here we are at the debate. Now, do you guys remember the debate? Why, yeah, I'm gonna knock you. It's just a freaking Just if I could. Wait, what's going on here? Biden, Joe Biden, jumping Joe Biden. I gotta tell you, I'm gonna knock you. This guy, I'm gonna take him behind the barn and give him a couple whacks with a weed whacker over his head. If you guys want to participate in this show any more than you are, you can win a PlayStation Playhouse 15. If you win that Playhouse 15 just by subscribing to Aristotle Full Throttle and commenting on these videos, you know you can witness the downward spiral of a show before your eyes. Speaking of downward spirals, this I'm gonna knock you down the spiral. Downward Spiral, man, that's a great album by the 90s. Rock album from 1993. That'd been like 500 million years, but 1993 was a great year for rock and roll because I believe that Super Unknown by Soundgarden also came out that year, but 9 Inch Nails, man. The Downward Spiral, that was one of the first fully digitally recorded rock and roll albums in the history of rock. Hey, Cat. What's going on, Cat? We're just ambling our way through this episode of Aristotle Full Throttle. If you're just tuning in, we do this 5 days a week, 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. We just joke about the movies, we joke about real life, we joke about politics, we talk about social issues and try to advance the social dialogue. Man, I've been around 500 million years, and I've never seen a debate that bad from the other night. I did witness Jesus and Judas arguing once. They were fighting over a piece of fish, you know? And I was like, man, oh man, if only they could get along. But then you know what happened, Judas turned him in. Oh man. Hey guys, keep on commenting. If you keep commenting, this box will populate. So just drop some comments until you're almost there. Keep going, keep going. Let me encourage you to like the video and comment and share and do all of the things. Ooh, boy. My hair is coming right out. It's coming out of my head, Cat. Man, I was just telling the story of my harrowing morning this morning. I was sitting there trying to edit this video that I made for a self-tape audition where I look so similar to the celebrity talent in this commercial. And I'm supposed to be the host. And I'm like, well, I host a show. It's called Aristotle Full Throttle. You can watch that 5 days a week. And then I actually made a puppet for the celebrity host, guys. You're not supposed to do that. But I did it because I was like, screw it. You know, so I made a puppet for the celebrity host, and I was talking to the celebrity host, like video. I was cutting back and forth between me and this. I'm the host, and there's a celebrity talent. So I'm actually doing basically this job where I'm hosting a live stream, and I'm reading questions and fielding comments for the celebrity talent while they're driving the car. I'm not going to mention the brand because it's probably not allowed to. Whatever. Shoot me, Hollywood. Hollywood is so funny because you go into an audition, right? And then they're like, don't tell anybody about this. Here's an NDA. Sign this. You can't tell anybody that you're going to be working on this McDonald's commercial, okay? Nobody, if anybody finds out that you auditioned to eat a hamburger, your career's ruined. And me, I'm like this. What? I couldn't hear you. Hollywood. Let's just bypass Hollywood. Thank you, Candyland. You've done it. You've populated the comments box. What I had to do is do a full restart for my computer because every time I exported this video that I created that was subversive and kind of taking the piss out of Hollywood and casting directors and their inability to cast 2 brown people in one commercial because it will never happen. I knew that as soon as I got the audition, they were like, they're going to try to put me in a commercial with this person. There's no chance that they're going to put 2 people who look the way I do and that person. We look too similar and we're brown. There's no way casting directors in Hollywood will put 2 brown, the fact that we're brown is similar enough for casting directors to be like, oh, we can't do this. We can't do that. It's going to be too confusing. We don't want to confuse people. So I kind of played off of that joke that I look so similar to this celebrity talent. And I was just kind of like, you know what, casting directors? You know I'm telling the truth. There are no lies detected here. Oh, there's too many brown people for them. It's true, Kat. I'm telling you, I was like, there's no chance they're going to put me in the same commercial, so I'm going to literally say that. Thank you, Candyland, for commenting. Sometimes if you see this comment box blank, just drop a comment, because it has to come down from the top down. And you know what I'm saying. Jen in the Fear says, I've been wanting to rewatch Sleepy Hollow since it's October. That's spooky. Yes, Sleepy Hollow is super spooky. Remember that one? It's got... My favorite part about Sleepy Hollow is Christopher Walken is in that, and he just goes like this, ah, ah, ah. Like Christopher Walken's like, what's the rate? 500,000, 3 million, whatever millions he was definitely paid to be in that movie, and all he did was this, ah, ah, look at my teeth. They made me special teeth that are pointy. Ah. That's one of my favorite things. Oh, man. Uh-oh. Robot Coptopus. Oh, what do you need? I came here to put a stop to this. There's too much going on. There are too many brown people in this commercial. I am Hollywood. I am Robocoptopus. Let me just tell you a little bit of backstory. I'm Robocoptopus, trademark, copyright, registered trademark 2020, all rights reserved, brought to you by Chris Shadu and Oliver Williams. I am also a cop. I hope that doesn't get lost on you. I am a Robocop. I am a man. I am also an octopus. I am a Robocoptopus. I've 8 limbs, okay? I have 8 limbs in which I can stop 8 crimes at once. Now I'm going to stop this crime from happening right here. There are too many brown people. Oh yeah, since I am a cop, I disproportionately use excessive violence toward brown and black people. Wait a second. Wait, what? That's probably politically incorrect to say, but it's actually statistically true. If you look at the violence toward brown and black people from police. But, you know, my programming, I'm one of the good ones, you know what I mean? There's some bad apples. Sometimes they say there are bad apples, and that's why there's excessive violence toward brown and black people from the police, generally in this country. But, you know, like Chris Rock says, some professions require no bad apples. Like, say, airline pilot. You can't just say, most of our pilots are good, but, you know, we got a few bad apples. Some of our pilots like to crash into mountains. You just can't have any bad apples when it comes to law enforcement and it comes to like landing planes and stuff. I am a cop. I am also a man. I'm also a robot. I'm also an octopus. But I would like to put a stop to too many brown people in one commercial. Your move, creep. That's what my day has been like today. I can barely hear myself think right now. Oh, boy. It's like you don't have to rap to get black people to come out and buy your stuff. Yeah, that's true. You know, it's funny. Like, do you guys remember Candyland? Does anybody remember? It's always very funny when they show, like, corporate rap or, like, an old white guy rapping, because they'll always put, like, their hat on sideways. It's like, oh, look how funny the old white guy is being by trying to look urban. And then they'll go, like, my name is Jerry, and I'm here to say, you know, and then, like, they always have to announce their name and then what their state their name and purpose. That's basically all of rap. State your name and purpose. State your name in purple. Ooh. All right, let's go make fun of the news. All right, every day I make fun of the news. We're going to make fun of the news. Oh, I don't have a guitar. I don't have a guitar here, but I do have a keyboard. Let's write a keyboard song. Let's see if we can do that. Can we do that? Is that possible? Let's see. Or we could play it. You guys remember that one? That's the new song we're going to play today. It's the theme from Halloween. I wrote it. You know, John Carpenter, who's a very famous filmmaker for very scary movies. If you guys have seen the original The Thing, it is an incredible, incredible movie with the most incredible special effects probably to date, practical special effects that have never been matched, I don't think. Every single thing you see in the movie The Thing was shot on film. Like, they filmed it in camera. It was filmed on camera. And it is, to this day, creepy AF. And yes, Kat, you brought up The Exorcist. The Exorcist is a super scary movie. I, in fact, saw The Exorcist when I was way too young to see that movie, and I was home alone watching that movie. It's bad news. I am scarred to this day from watching that movie by myself at night. Don't you, and I was 20. No. I'm kidding. I was very young. I was way too young to watch that movie by myself. But I did because, you know what? It was fun. It was fun to stay up and watch scary movies when you're a kid, but, you know, you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes it's insomnia because you're too afraid to go to sleep after watching a scary movie. The Exorcist is great. What was your favorite part about The Exorcist, Cat? Was it she goes like this to the priest. She goes, "Demi, why you do this to me, Demi? Demi. Why you do this to me?" That part creeps me out. It's such a simple, creepy thing to hear an old woman's voice coming out of like a 13-year-old girl's mouth while she's being possessed by the demon, the devil, Bazuzu, or whatever. But when she's doing that, and the room is cold, and there's the cold breath coming out of her mouth, and you've got Max von Sydow in the room, and then the other priest, they're like, "The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you." When you grow up in a Judeo-Christian, you know, like life, like I did, I grew up Episcopal. When they use biblical imagery in a movie where they try to make it like if it was real life, it's pretty scary. It's pretty, it makes you think twice. It makes you freak out a little bit because you hear about these stories in church, then you watch them in a movie as if they were real, like the devil was real. And you get really scared because it feels like it's a part of reality, because every Sunday you're actually going to church and they're talking about these things. And in a movie, you know, the religion I grew up in is Episcopal. And Episcopal is like decatholinated. So Catholicism really believes literally that Eucharist, that piece of bread you eat on Sunday, they literally believe that that's Jesus. Like, they're like, this is actually Jesus. When the priest goes like this, turns into Jesus, and then you eat Jesus' body because, you know, oh, what's wrong with that? Why can't you? What's wrong with eating somebody's body? I do that all the time. Oh. I do that all the time. It's quite nice. I eat livers with fava beans and a nice Chianti. You know, I have no qualms whatsoever about eating bodies. But, you know, once I went to church, very excited to hear that they were going to have the body of Christ, and the blood of Christ, and the blood of Jesus. And I said, this sounds like a wonderful banquet. I'd love to go. I went there, and then they just gave me a damn cracker, stale-ass cracker, and I was like, what the hell is this bullshit? I wanted some fresh meat, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Hannibal. Your dad said after watching Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, you're nervous around birds for a little while. I bet. Man, that's another one that's a really good one. Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds, because I remember studying, I took a course, as you do in film school. In film school, it's fun because you're just like, you're going to study Alfred Hitchcock for a semester, and you're going to watch Alfred Hitchcock movies, and you're going to talk about Alfred Hitchcock movies. And I did that, and it was fun. And we watched The Birds, and it was one of those first movies where because Alfred Hitchcock was the master of suspense. And that movie, I actually met Tippi Hedren too, by the way. That's another story for another time, just like Maz Kanata says. But I was in that class. I thought it was pretty cool. Let me just adjust that. Why is that there? So we would discuss all kinds of Alfred Hitchcock movies, and The Birds was one of those movies where it's just like stuff happens for no reason. The birds, they just come and they attack and they do all the things and they swarm and there's no reason for it. And guess what? They just disappear into thin air one day for no reason also. And the fact that Alfred Hitchcock was genius enough to create a movie where just a thing happens for no reason and then it goes away for no reason was such a great curveball that people weren't used to. They were used to having everything explained to them. And he was one of the first people to kind of just say, stuff happens in life and there's really no way that we can understand it. So in The Birds, birds swarm and attack people for no reason, and then they just all go away. And it's kind of scary because birds are everywhere. I always say when aliens come to Earth, they're just going to be like, it's just like lots of water. There's like a lot of fish and birds. That would be like I imagine alien explorers or alien caseworkers or whatever, aliens who go to different planets to write up their reports, they probably are just as lazy as the rest of us. So if they stop at Earth, they're just going to like write a report, mostly birds and fish, and then move on to Venus, and look for some phosphine. But the fact that Alfred Hitchcock brought up or did a movie where something happens for no reason and then goes away for no reason was so much of an influence on M. Night Shyamalan, because M. Night Shyamalan was being dubbed the new Alfred Hitchcock, the new master of suspense, having only made like one movie, The Sixth Sense, which is a spooky movie. That's a really spooky movie. However, his subsequent catalog has been hit. Maybe like he's had like one other good movie since then, because he did The Happening. And now The Happening is very much in line with the idea of The Birds, because M. Night Shyamalan was like, well, if I'm going to be the new Alfred Hitchcock, I'm going to have something happen in a movie that has no explanation. It's the trees, the wind and the trees, and the wind and the trees is blowing. Spoiler alert, everybody. In The Happening, nothing happens. Do you want me to go outside and kill myself? No! That's the only thing that happens in The Happening. No! That's by, we gotta have, I don't know. The next character on this show needs to be an underrepresented group. Or only celebrities who look like that I resemble. My dad said after watching, yes. So The Birds, excellent film, very scary. Had some like really interesting special effects for the time. They did a lot of rear projection with like lots of birds, and then they would just show people running around with fake birds attached to their head, like trying to bat them away. But imagine going to the beach. It's really not unlike growing up on Long Island with all of the seagulls. If you have one French fry, the seagulls, you got 50 seagulls. There's 50 seagulls per French fry on Long Island. All right, let's make fun of some of this news out there, shall we? Guys, I apologize for my decorum today. I'm not feeling 100% this week. There have been a lot of events in my life that have influenced my current state. And thank you for bearing with me and hanging out and having a good time. And just, this is where we like to just unwind and relax. I'm actually, while I'm talking, I'm trying to find something that I don't think I have anymore up here. Wait, where is it? Oh, here it is. Talk about spooky. I'm Mitch McTurtle. Mitch McTurtle. I'm the Senate Majority Leader. And, if you've noticed, I have the same exact voice as Buffalo Bill from The Silence of the Lambs. Hang on a second. Oh, I've noticed. Well, Mitch, what is it that you want out of being such a kind of a stick in the mud? Mitch, you're not very good at policy, are you?
What do you mean by that? Well, what do you think? What's up, Benj? How are you? I think that we should put forward a Supreme Court justice as quickly as we can.
But Mitch McTurtle, last time you said that we need to wait for the next president to choose the Supreme Court justice.
Well, my intention is to just hold on to power, grasp onto it, you know what I mean? To a great big Senate. So we have so much power in the Senate and also in the Supreme Court. We want to really pack all of the courts with justices that we've appointed.
Well, Mitch, that seems unconscionable and immoral.
Yeah, well, I don't have a conscience. As you can see, I'm a sea turtle. I'm just a sea turtle. I've got nothing else going on. I'm a sea turtle with a toupee and some glasses.
Oh. Let's make fun of the news. Trending. Guys, I'm super frazzled from that audition because I was so stressed. I was trying to export this video, and every time I exported this video, it would be missing sections of the audio. So I had to export it like 20 times. And then what I did was, every time there was a section of the audio missing, I don't even want to explain it. It was really frustrating. How's this for news? Kylie Jenner bought her daughter $12,000 Hermes backpack. $12,000 Hermes backpack. Her daughter, Stormy, is 2. You know, $12,000 for, Kylie Jenner, we all know, is the first billionaire, the youngest billionaire. They tried to say she's a self-made billionaire, guys. What do you think about that? Do you think, speaking of spooky, do you think that Kylie Jenner is self-made? Thank you for the love, Cat. I appreciate that. It's been one harrowing week. Kylie Jenner, if she's a billionaire, $12,000, how much of a percent of her worth is $12,000? That almost might be like us spending $12 on a suit, on a backpack for our kid. Now, I wonder, I get it. For me personally, that sounds frivolous because $12,000 could like put a kid through a year of college, at least 2 years of college, maybe, depending on where you go. And the kid is 2. The kid's not going to appreciate $12,000 backpack. But that kid's going to walk around with the most expensive backpack, and that will, people are going to be like, look at that kid go with that backpack. But as far as being self-made, I don't think Kylie Jenner is self-made. If you've got all of these older sisters and siblings, all of these older sisters and maybe like somewhat of a brother on a show called Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which I think is ending now. But if you have all of those siblings that are in the public eye for a decade or so. Uh-oh. Sorry, I've got a low battery on Instagram. But I agree with you, Cat Blue Chart. I don't think that she is self-made. If you are in the public eye for as long as you are on a show, and you are related to, inextricably linked to a show that is also $1 billion show, think about all of the money that the Kardashians have made from just being, I don't even know what they are, influencers maybe? And I do have to hand it to Kim Kardashian because she's using her celebrity to actually help exonerate people who are on death row and she's a part of the Innocence Project. And I find it interesting that she has come around to actually applying her celebrity to a good cause, because for so many years it just seemed so vapid and empty, the Kardashians. Yet compelling television. I don't know why I would watch it either, because I think we all like to imagine ourselves so utterly wealthy that the biggest problems we have in the world are like what color lipstick we're going to wear to the ball, you know what I mean? So I think that Kylie Jenner had a little bit of support. You could call me a self-made billionaire with this show if we get close to $1 billion. Speaking of billions of dollars, guys, if you want to support the ACLU, which we're going to have to because this president that we currently have in the White House is not pledging to accept the election results should he lose. And we're going to need all the help we can get, which is what we need from the ACLU. We need from you. We need you to go vote. We need you to make sure that you're registered. But the ACLU, there's a fundraiser on Instagram, and I encourage you to support the ACLU and pledge actual funds to the ACLU because that does make a difference. I've raised over $100 this week on the ACLU, so that's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like Sonny said on The View, if Kylie Jenner, can you call it a home run when you're born on third base? That's true. When you're born, I've heard that saying before, and there's a lot of people. This is a big problem, guys. Speaking of spooky. Spooky movie, Get Out. This relates to the movie Get Out. If you've seen the movie Get Out, directed by Jordan Peele, written and directed by Jordan Peele, excellent film. I don't think there's a movie that captures what it's like to be in that particular position. The main character, Chris, goes to meet his girlfriend's parents. His girlfriend happens to be white. Chris happens to be black. And there's a underlying pressure of being in that situation. And the movie Get Out adds a whole other level, a symbolic level to that. Which, incredible movie, very scary, very creepy. Now, there are so many people in the United States that say, like, people just need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and get to where they're going, and it's all about self-motivation. Everyone has the ability to rise to the same height in society. And maybe that's true, but it's harder for some than it is for others. Yet people do not want to acknowledge that, like Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro, he's a terrible human being. He's a horrible person. All he likes to do is argue for his party. He's a shill for the Republican Party and for conservatives. He likes to ignore all of the things that are against his case and only argue things that are for his case ever. So he can only acknowledge what is inherently he's biased toward. He has confirmation bias. He only ever says what is going to reinforce his beliefs already. That's like when you search things on the internet, for instance. The other day at the debate, Donald Trump was saying, there's all this going on, and he'll say, like, Biden killed 100 babies the other day. Like, Trump will just say a lie, but people will go, wait, I didn't hear about Biden killing 100 babies. Let me Google, did Biden kill 100 babies? And then people will find those exact results because Googling is very biased. If you search for the answer, you will only get stuff that reinforces the exact search that you're looking for. So you got to learn how to research better, especially on Google. You have to say, hey, Google, what has Biden done in the last year? And then you'll get maybe varying results. But if you look specifically for Biden kills 100 babies, it's a horrible example, I'm sorry, but that's the only results Google will pull up are those results. So you got to make sure that you're researching stuff and that you're not just confirming your inherent bias already. And Ben Shapiro is one. There's no way to ever know what it is like to be completely neutral. We are all influenced by our surroundings. I am influenced by this cave. The artists from 40,000 years ago show depictions of mammoths and saber-toothed tigers. The viciousness of the world around them. They must have been terrified. They must have been horrified by the sight of such evil, just as we are today. When we see that the American president will not outright denounce white supremacy. Where have we landed, everyone? We have truly landed in a scary world. Very spooky. I'll tell you one thing. It is scarier than all get out that the American president will not denounce the Proud Boys. Yeah, he said something like stand back and stand up and stand out and get out. Yes, something like that, Mr. Freeze.
Hey everybody, if you want to buy a t-shirt, an Aristotle Full Throttle t-shirt, there's a link below for Teespring. You can get a shirt. I can't promise that it's going to be a talking shirt. I can promise that it will be a shirt though. It will have my face and my logo and my name on it. There's going to be some new shirts. You don't want like all of this like type of imagery. Maybe you want some more lady-friendly stuff. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate your viewership and your contributions to the show.
I hope that you heard that. That was my shirt speaking. That was my Aristotle Full Throttle shirt, which you can get at Teespring. Man, I'm struggling. I'm having a hard day, guys. I'm sorry. You guys know. You've been with me. Some days are good, some days are bad, but it's every day. It's every day at noon. Hey Google, my Google activated. Oh, see that? Yes, Ange. We got the similar voices, or Google is always listening. I'm pretty convinced that Google, spooky. This is real spooky. Google, hey Google. Hey Siri. Oh, my phone's gonna do it. Oh, my phone almost popped. Hey Google. Hey Google. Hey Google. I'm just making your houses go crazy. Echo. Amazon. What is it? What is the one thing you say for Amazon Echo? They're always listening. There's no chance that they're not taking what we're saying and actually applying it to what we're seeing. Because I've seen some demonstrations on YouTube of people just leaving their, allowing Google and allowing Instagram and allowing Facebook to use their microphone on their phone. And then they'll say like, I would like a car. I'm thinking about a car. I want to buy a new car. They'll just say a bunch of things and then they'll open up their browser on their phone and then go to a website and there will be targeted ads for cars. Now, this is definitely something that this is where we're at. It's pretty scary. They're always listening. All my Googles are asking how to help now. See? I was just trying to troll everybody out there. Sorry about that. It's Alexa for Amazon. Alexa, hey Google. Alexa, turn on the music. Alexa, play Veda. Hey Google, play Veda. See that? Once I get this, that's how you cash in on royalties, everybody. You just go on like a national TV show and then you'd be like, hey, play my music. And then everybody's home will just start playing your songs and then you get all those royalties. It's like, I feel like the Joker. One day I will get on the platform and I will poison the water system. But I won't poison the water system. I'll just poison people's radios and their Spotifys. Guys, by the way, this podcast is available on Spotify. You can get this podcast now on Spotify. Go check it out. Aristotle Full Throttle on Spotify. I'm on all the platforms, guys. It's crazy. We're just shot out of a cannon every day here at noon, 5 days a week. I think I'm hitting the stride. I'm getting into the zone. Guys, if you have a thing that you can do every day that helps you achieve flow, it is a state of mind not unlike meditation. It's a very meditative state. It's something where you have a thing like a passion project or a hobby. If you have a passion project or a hobby, it can help you achieve the state of flow, which is a way to actually be very healthy for your brain. Your brain needs to achieve a state of flow for a prolonged period per day in order to, maintain like mental acuity. It's actually a true thing. That's what athletes call being in the zone. But I achieve flow doing the show sometimes, and I think I'm in the zone right now. But my ear hurts so bad. Actually, it doesn't hurt anymore. I'm just deaf. Let's see. That's what Google thinks Veda is. This is Data. Is now playing. Hey Google, play VAEDA. I don't know. Like, there are so many There's so many ways that people misconstrue that. They'll think it's Vader from Star Trek, Star Trek Wars. Oof. Man, oh man, am I stepping in it today. I'm telling you, I was just thrown off. My game was thrown off today because moments before the show started, I was still trying to export this video. It took me 5 minutes to make this video. To record the video, it took me less than 5 minutes. I did spend about 5 or 10 minutes last night making an actual talking puppet of the celebrity talent that they're going to have in the commercial. And then once I was done, I was like, this is funny. Let me export it and send it. That's why I'm wearing this. I'm wearing this like this little monkey shirt. And I put it out there, and I just wanted it to export with all of the sound. And if it didn't export with the sound, it would just be it would be way more bizarre than it would have to be. Obviously, these casting directors are going to get this video and they're going to go, what the hell is this guy thinking? Which is what I want. That's the desired outcome. However, maybe someone in the room will be like, ha, what an idiot. Why did he blow this chance? And I don't think I'm blowing the chance. I think if I went into it sincerely, being like, hey, let me just try really hard to be in this commercial, I think it would have undersold me. So what I did was do what I do sort of pretty okay, which is just lampoon reality itself. You know what I'm saying? It is a joke in itself, this reality in which we live. We all wonder to ourselves what is real and what is not. We all think to ourselves, how can we live in such absurdist reality? I, myself, in this cave of forgotten dreams, a documentary that I made several years ago, a wonderful film. If you have a chance to see, you can observe the artistry of thousands of years ago. The trolling has always been something that we watch. These elephants, their heads were not that small. Their legs were not that long. What idiots these artists must have been. But lo and behold, which is another documentary I filmed about the invention of the internet. But anyway, lo and behold, these are just representations of reality. Just as I am a representation of a hog and Werner Hertz hog. I am Werner Hertz hog, the filmmaking swine. I live in a cave. We all live in a cave.
Hey man, what's wrong with living in a cave, man? My mouth is so big, it's like a cave, you know what I'm saying?
I find nothing wrong with living in a cave. I, in fact, live in a cave myself. Bats prefer caves. I notice that Aristotle lives in a man cave. I live in a bat cave. The rock biter is a cavernous cave himself.
What is it about this show? Hey, everybody on Instagram, there's 25 seconds left, and you can donate to the ACLU. You can subscribe to AristotleFullThrottle.com. Go there right now and subscribe, because once we get to 10,000 subscribers, you're going to win a PS5. Somebody special will win a PS5, a PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5 giveaway. All right. Pause, dude. Connection. Okay. Okay, Instagram. That's how it's going to be. Well, I'll tell you this. It's going to be 87 degrees. Lots of green in the forecast.
That was clever to just call out yourself in the interview. Yeah. Yeah, that's call it out. Yeah, that's basically what I did in the audition, was just say like, hey, you know, I don't know if Hollywood is ready to have two brown people in the same commercial who look this similar. It was pretty subversive, but you know, I did it because I thought it was worthwhile. I thought it was worth the statement. You know what I mean? I think it's worth. I'm at a point in my life and in my career where I want to dictate my own destiny, And I appreciate you guys helping support that vision that I have for myself. I have my own comedic vision. I have my own show idea. And you guys are a huge part of it. And you're huge supporters of it. I think it's really important to sell yourself for what you are instead of trying to subscribe to the Hollywood idea of what you should be. Does that make sense? I think so many times we get bogged down into like, what is it that you're looking for? What is it that you're looking for? So what can I do to be what you're looking for? Instead of saying, hey, here's an idea. Here's a new idea that you didn't even think of. Here it is, fully realized, and in front of you, in full display. You have to do nothing except acknowledge that it is something of value. And that is what this show is. I hope to bring something of value to you with my own show, with my own ideas, with my own views of the world. And hopefully we can share in our views. And I do appreciate your contributions. The flavor of this show is one of, it's a stone soup, if you will. If you remember the allegory or the story of stone soup, someone said, I don't have anything but this stone, and I'm going to put it in a big pot, and I'm going to boil the water, and I'm going to make stone soup. And then one of the neighbors comes and says, well, I've got celery. I'll put the celery in the soup. And someone comes in and says, I've got some potatoes. I'm going to put some potatoes in the soup. And people just keep adding to the soup. And then at the end of the day, the stone soup is a fully flavorful, vivid, rich soup of its own, with its own flavor. And that's what I hope to bring to you with this show. I'm just a big stone.
Yeah, man, like the Rolling Stones. That's what I like to hear. I'm a Stone Soup. Stone Soup is the name of my band, and I'm a stoner. I'm actually made of stone. I'm a rock biter.
We started the show from this perspective, and I hope to end it this way. It is a spooky thing, that world out there. Be safe, be kind, be generous to one another, and, add some celery to that stone soup.
No one asked me what I like in my soup. No one ever really likes.
I don't really like soup. It's too cold. It's too hot. I like cold things. I like frozen margaritas. You and me both, Freeze. Yeah, stone soup sounds too hot for me. I would probably die if I even tried it.
I like parsnips.
You would, Bane. Let's do it, guys. Let's do this. We're doing it. Every day, 5 days a week, 12 noon. Pacific Standard Time, Aristotle Full Throttle. I want to bring you good vibes. I want to lift you up just a little bit. If it's possible. I've been working out so I can lift you up. I'm working out my heart muscles. I want to share the good vibes in your life. Just take a moment every day to find out what it is that you can do to achieve flow, to achieve that moment of peace where all you're doing and all you're thinking about is all the same, if that makes sense. Music is one of those things that does that for me. When I'm playing music, sometimes I achieve this moment of clarity and a moment of peace and zen and uniformity with my being. Blurred Words, I keep missing the show because I got an adult and work and stuff. Well, Blurred Words, you could always catch the replays on twitch.tv, on Twitter as well. I found that the Twitter feed is the one that drops out the least. So if you guys are on Twitter, you guys can watch and retweet and like those tweets. Gazpacho! I like gazpacho. Yeah, that's the one I like. Yeah, give me some gazpacho. I'm gonna use my gun to make gazpacho soup. Yes. And to all y'all out there, have a wonderful day. Tomorrow is Friday, but it doesn't mean we gotta go away for too long. I made it. We made it, guys. We made it through the hour. I've had to pee since 8 minutes past the hour, and I peed myself. And whatever you do, don't pee yourself. Be yourself. Now, that's a quote from Aristotle Full Throttle. Be yourself, don't pee yourself. I'm Aristotle, your bro with the no. Wait, let me start that again. I'm Aristotle Full Throttle, your bro with the fro. And I'll see you tomorrow.